Hello students, good morning to all of you, and today I am coming with the second part of the adsorption. In this lecture I will be talking about the types of the adsorption. I told you that solid surfaces, they have a tendency to adsorb certain gas molecules on their surface because they have unsaturated valencies, they have residual forces which are present on the surface. So the gas molecules are adsorbed on their surface, which we talked of adsorption. Now there are two types of adsorptions which are there. One I am saying is called physisorption. One is physisorption, second is the chemisorption. Two types of adsorption we experience. Physisorption, the clear from the meaning itself, physical forces. That means this is an adsorption which involves the weak van der Waals type of forces. In physisorption, if I consider that this is my solid, this is the surface of the solid, these are the gas particles, these particles are coming on the surface of the solid, this is my adsorbent, and this is my adsorbate, which are gas molecules, could be hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur dioxide or other gases. They are getting adsorbed on the surface of this catalyst, on the surface of this adsorbent. The forces which are holding them are weak van der Waals type of forces. So the weak forces are there. There is no chemical bond formation in physisorption. Physisorption means that the molecules are held or are accumulating on the surface by weak van der Waals forces. This is known as physisorption. Whereas in chemisorption, what happens is a chemical bond is formed. Chemical bond is formed at the surface of the adsorbent. Chemical bond is formed between the adsorbate and adsorbent molecules So chemical bond formation is going to take place. For example, if I have a nickel is used as a catalyst, you already know about that. At the surface of nickel, hydrogen gas comes. Then what happens is these hydrogen atoms are adsorbed on this. So this type of adsorption where a chemical bond is formed. Chemical bond is formed. You can see that if oxygen is getting absorbed, mostly it is going to form oxides, and hydrogen, if it is getting oxide, it is forming hydrides. So there is a chemical bond formation which takes place at the surface of the solid, on the surface of which adsorption takes place. And you will see that the bonds can be ionic or covalent. So here the forces can be ionic or covalent. Here the forces are very weak van der Waals type of forces. And what will be the results of this, student? You can see that physisorption, what will happen in physisorption? You have these molecules, then more molecules can come and get adsorbed. So there could be more layer, what I am saying, multi-molecular layer. And here what is happening? Once the molecules is adsorbed, there is no possibility of other molecules to be getting adsorbed because the surface is already taken by these atoms which have got adsorbed. So this is mostly what we say is unimolecular. Only one layer will be formed in such cases. Let us see some of the characteristics of physisorption and chemisorption. It is quite clear that this will not need, no need of any activation energy. No need of activation energy because the forces which are holding them are weak van der Waals type of forces. You already learned the weak van der Waals type of forces could be London dispersion forces or dipole forces or hydrogen bonding type of forces, which you learned in the chapter of 11th chemistry. Here you are forming specific type of bond, so there will be activation energy which will be required for the formation of the bond. Therefore, some temperature will be required for the formation of a chemisorption. In both the cases, we know that as soon as the molecules are getting adsorbed, as soon as these atoms get adsorbed, you can see there is a decrease in entropy and the heat is involved. These are exothermic reactions. We have already told you that adsorption is exothermic always for both physisorption and chemisorption. because you can see the molecules will get absorbed, force of attraction increases, so energy will be released in the form of heat. Let us see some of the important characteristics of these and the effect of temperature and reversibility of the two types of the processes which I have told you. The first thing I can say that the forces which are holding are weak. Van der Waals forces, students. And here you are saying chemical bond formation takes place. Chemical bond is formed, as I told you, that oxygen, for example, may form oxides, hydrogen will form hydrides. So it depends on the nature of the bond which is formed. Therefore, we can say that it is not specific. It is not specific, students, but it will be specific. It will be specific. 1 and 2, because the bond formation is specific. Every atom cannot form bond with every solid surface. But here, since the particles of the gas are going to be held by weak forces, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, or any gas you take that can form physics option on the surface of the solid. Reversibility. What do you mean by reversibility? For example, if the gas particles are there, if I heat them, they will get dissolved. So the particles will fly off, desorption. So there is a desorption and adsorption. So both the processes are possible because the forces are weak, van der Waals forces. Therefore, it is reversible. Whereas this is irreversible because once a chemical bond is formed, then you have to supply energy to break it. Then it cannot be reversed. Further, we are seeing that enthalpy of enthalpy of adsorption. Let us see what do you mean by enthalpy of adsorption, students. When 1 mole of the gas particles will be absorbed on the surface, there is an evolution of heat in both the cases. But here the delta H adsorption values are low because the forces which are holding the particles are very weak and van der Waals type. So the values are very low, which are of the order of 20 to 40 kilojoule per mole. But in this case, the enthalpy of hydration, enthalpy of adsorption is higher because a chemical bond is formed. So here the delta H adsorption values are of the order of 82, more than 82 to 100, more than 82 to 40 kilojoules per mole. So these values are higher because a chemical bond is formed. Therefore, more energy will be released as soon as a bond will be formed at the surface of the adsorbent by the adsorbate molecules. Further, when we are talking of the surface area, in both the cases, if we increase the surface area, what happens, student? If I increase the surface area, what will happen? More adsorption will take place in both the cases. With increase in surface area, more adsorption is going to take place because there is a larger surface which is available for adsorption. That is why in most of the cases you will find that whenever you are using nickel, palladium as a catalyst, a large number of the organic reactions, powdered, finely divided, what we are saying, finely divided, Ni is used as a catalyst so that the surface area increases and more adsorption takes place. Let us see something more about it, students. You have noted down all these points. Some more important and interesting things about both of them. These are important points, students. Every year in board there is a question on the difference between physics option and chemistry option. At least 2 differences you should know, and what is the same between the two. As I said, in both the cases heat is evolved, both the exothermic reaction, in both the cases with increase in surface area you find there will be increase in physics option as well as chemistry option. So 2 similarities and 2 differences are important for examination point of view. Many times questions have been asked. Further, you will see the nature of the nature of the gas which is being adsorbed, or what I say, the nature of the adsorbate. In the physics option, you already know that the forces are weak van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces. And you will find the gases which have high critical temperature. I am saying critical temperature. Tc high. They are easily liquefiable. They are easily liquefied because the force of attraction between these molecules is stronger at the time liquid is formed at the critical temperature. So they will show more adsorption. They will show more adsorption. Important question for exams. For example, sulfur dioxide will be adsorbed much more than hydrogen gas or methane gas. Because the sulfur dioxide gas on charcoal, if I take 1 gram of charcoal, then more of sulfur dioxide will be absorbed as compared to hydrogen and CH4. The critical temperature of SO2 is much higher than CH4 and much more higher than hydrogen gas. So because you can see that SO2 is a polar molecule. Here the dipole forces are stronger. Here there are very weak van der Waals forces, London dispersion forces. So because this has a higher critical temperature, SO2 critical temperature is higher, therefore shows more amount of adsorption as compared to hydrogen and CH4. So here it depends on the nature of the chemical bond formation. Nature of chemical bond formation. So because bond is formed, then what type of bonds will be formed? As I said, oxygen form oxides, hydrogen hydrides. So here it depends on the nature of the chemical bond which is formed between the adsorbate and adsorbent molecules. And here you can see that the critical temperature is playing an important role, which I have said questions have been asked on this. Gases which are liquefied easily, they have stronger forces of attraction. So when the force of attraction is stronger, it is more likely to be adsorbed on the surface. Very important question, students. Now I am coming to most important here, the effect of temperature. Effect of temperature. Very important, students. As you will see that in physics option, molecules are adsorbed on the surface by physical forces. So if I increase the temperature, what will happen? The adsorption will decrease. Adsorption decreases, or in other words, if I say X by M versus temperature, X by M is nothing but the mass. X is the mass of the adsorbate. Mass of adsorbate is my X, and M is the mass of adsorbent. So per unit, the amount of adsorbed per unit mass of the adsorbent is this. This is the extent of the adsorption. So with increase in temperature, what will happen? Physics option is going to decrease. This is for physics option. This will decrease with temperature. Very important graph for exam students. In GE also such type of graphs have been given in the form of isotherms, which we will tell you when we will solve questions on this. So with increase in temperature, the physics option decreases because they are held by weak van der Waals forces. But in chemis option, what will happen? First, a chemical bond is formed. Which requires activation energy. Therefore, first initially with increase in temperature, it increases and reaches a maximum value. That means bond has been formed, and after more rise in temperature, chemis option decreases because you need energy for the formation of chemical bonds. But after chemical bonds have been formed, you raise more temperature. What will be the result of that? that it will start breaking the bonds, and therefore the chemisorption will decrease with increase in temperature. And the graph of this, the extent of adsorption, the amount of the adsorbent adsorbate per unit mass of the adsorbent versus temperature curve versus temperature will look something like this. So you can see that first it increased, then it decreased. With at higher temperature it will decrease. This is the chemisorption, this is the physisorption effect of the temperature. Note down, very important, students. Then the another thing which we may say, ki what will be the effect of pressure? What will be the effect of pressure? Let us see effect of pressure in both the cases. Effect of pressure. As you know, what is happening, that you have a solid which is our adsorbent, and you have a gas which is my adsorbate, and this is forming, what is being formed, gas solid plus heat. So this is a reversible process, and as you see that this has greater volume as compared to this. If I will increase the pressure, increase the P pressure, then more adsorption will take place, more adsorption will occur. So adsorption will increase with increase in pressure. As in the right hand side, the volume decreases right hand side according to Le-Chatelier principle. I can say that with increase in pressure the physisorption will increase, and so what will happen in chemisorption also, we will find that with increase in pressure more adsorption takes place, but we will find that in both the cases that after, when the pressure becomes very high, then it becomes saturated, the surface becomes saturated. So at high pressure, at very high pressure, no more adsorption. In both the cases, no more adsorption. And this we will learn in our next lecture of the Friedrich adsorption isotherm and Langmuir adsorption isotherm, the effect of the pressure. But in general, I can say that with increase in pressure, more adsorption is going to take place. And you can see that here multimolecular layers will be formed, and because these are physisorption, but here only monomolecular layer will be formed because a chemical bond is formed. Therefore, these are some of the differences, students, between physisorption and chemisorption. I will meet you in my next class where I will talk about adsorption isotherms.